So let's give your refrigerator a makeover that can be as permanent or as temporary as you want. Start by measuring the height and width of each panel of your refrigerator door. Next, remove the handles from your fridge. It takes 2 minutes with an Allen wrench, and it makes the whole application so much easier. This is the star of the show, peel and stick wallpaper. Mark your measurements right on the back of the wallpaper. Use a long straight edge if you have one, and take your time with the cutting. You want clean edges to make the whole finished project look more intentional. Starting at the top of the refrigerator, press the peel and stick wallpaper to the top of the door section you're starting with and work your way down. Press firmly from the center and smooth outward to push out any air bubbles as you go. This is the rhythm of it. Peel a few inches of backing, press and smooth, peel a little more. If a bubble shows up, lift gently and repress. Peel and stick is forgiving. So every refrigerator is built differently, and how your hardware is attached is going to be specific to your fridge. Mine happens to have a couple of bolts on the top and on the bottom. And I'll be honest, as I was applying the peel and stick, I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to handle these bolts? Because I certainly don't want to paper them. I want them to be free so I can affix the handle back on. So the key is to be super slow, deliberate, and a tiny pair of scissors. So you're going to go straight down to the top of the bolt, and I'm pressing on the top so I can see exactly where that bolt is. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to snip the tiniest little hole, and you're going to keep working your way around that, and finally, like this one, the paper just slides over the top, and I was like, yay, it worked. Section by section, work your way all the way down the door panel. Keep smoothing the paper and check your edges as you go. For the bottom freezer section panel, I needed to join 2 pieces of wallpaper together by matching the pattern. Take your time lining up the repeat before you commit. For excess paper, I simply folded the excess over and created a crease in the paper with my fingernail. Then I had an instant line guide to follow when cutting off the excess. Once all the paper is on, the handles go back right over the paper. Here's a bonus round. I noticed the dishwasher nearby wanting to be a part of the pattern party. Same exact process, and honestly, it might even be easier since there are no handles to deal with. Measure, cut, peel, press, smooth, and trim the excess. There she is, same refrigerator, completely different kitchen. No paint or no new appliances. The whole kitchen just shifted, and the best part, if you ever want to change it, it peels right off. I hope this inspires you to take some peel and stick wallpaper and give your refrigerator a makeover.
Do you have an old beat-up washer and dryer that still works great but could use an upgrade? Then this is your sign to head to the Dollar Tree and pick up some contact paper. First, I used a clean cloth and some rubbing alcohol to clean the top of my dryer, the lid to my washer, and the door to my dryer. Starting with the top of my dryer, I laid the contact paper over top, pattern side facing up, and made sure it was centered and even over the top of the dryer before cutting a piece off the roll. Then I used a pencil to trace around the indented portion of the dryer top, taking my time to make sure I was tracing exactly where I wanted the paper to sit. I used a pair of sharp scissors to cut the shape out, then placed the cutout contact paper back on top of the dryer and dry fitted it to make sure that the piece would fit nicely in the indented portion. I made adjustments as needed to make it fit well and erased any pencil marks, then moved on to application. Next, I peeled the backing off the paper and slowly began applying the contact paper to the dryer. It was helpful to take it one section at a time, smoothing each part down fully before pulling off more of the backing. To get better adhesion and less bubbles, I pulled the bottom of the contact paper taut while applying it. Moving over to the washer lid, the process was similar. Once the lid was covered, I wrapped the paper around the edges and trimmed away any excess. I also used a scraper to make sure there was good adhesion on the back side as well. Moving lastly to the door of the dryer, this was the trickiest area to cover because it's vertical. I taped the contact paper to the dryer, then used a pencil to trace around the handle and cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Then I began applying the contact paper, starting in the left-hand corner, the same way I applied it to the other areas. Once the paper was completely adhered to the door, I cut a separate piece to cover the remaining portion at the bottom of the door. I wrapped the contact paper around the edges of the door, trimming away any excess as needed, then moved on to the hinges. I also went back and addressed any air bubbles by using a pin to pop them and smooth them down. I love how much better my washer and dryer look and how easy and inexpensive this makeover was.
Let's make a big impact on a wall with a very small budget. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere my wallpaper to my large piece of foam board. Now, this peel and stick wallpaper is very forgiving, meaning if you lay it down a little crooked, you can likely just peel it back up. Line up your seams, making sure that if it has a large pattern like this one, that you are getting the pattern even. Once you've done that, we're going to measure the edges. This is a 3x2 piece of foam board, so I'm going to head outside and start cutting my wood pieces for a frame. So I love this little box cutter that has the degrees already on it. I'm going to use 45-degree angles. Once those pieces have been cut, get your sanding block and let's smooth down those cut edges. And then you're going to take these flat brackets and we are going to just drill them in. This wood is pretty soft, so I don't have to pre-drill holes. We'll take some wood filler and any kind of cracks that are at those seams, we're going to fill those in. Give that some time to dry and then sand it down. Next, we're going to paint it. Just use a color of paint that complemented the wallpaper. Now, once it's all dry, let's bring it back inside. I want to be able to swap out this wallpaper, so I'm going to use some 3M strips to secure the foam board to the frame. You can certainly use something like liquid nails for a more permanent solution. And then I'm also going to use the 3M strips to hang it to the wall. I love how these don't require me to have to put holes in the wall. It's also great if you rent. So we're going to attach this up, and now I have a big statement piece on my wall that was very budget friendly. I hope you enjoy.
Here's a quick and inexpensive way to update an old mirror. I grabbed this faux wood wallpaper off of Amazon, and it cost me less than $6 for the roll. I measured the width that I needed to cut the paper in order to fully fit this kind of mirrored border that I already had on the mirror. Once I had that width, I cut strips of the wallpaper a bit wider than what I needed. Then I simply placed the paper along the border on the left-hand side. It went on smoothly and easily. Once it was positioned where I wanted it to be, I used a straight razor to cut along the mirror's edge. I did the same thing along the right-hand side of the mirror, and then I worked my way to the bottom. I measured the width that I needed, and then cut it so that I would have a little bit of overlap and a really good seam on the sides. The final piece was my installation across the top. It looked really great, it adhered easily, and then of course all I needed to do was to continue to go around it a little more just to fine-tune the edges and make sure that everything was attached and adhered in the way that I wanted it to look. I hope this inspires you to use some peel and stick faux paper to create a different look in your bathroom.